So we are recording this for the purpose of educational components. We want to make sure that this information is able to go out to all of those who want to know more about the walk, how to establish a walk, why the walk, and how they can engage in developing their own walk. So thank you for being with us. This is very reactive and proactive. It's very participatory. And Adiodun could let you know I'm very, very vocal. I'm a chatter. So please step in when you have questions, comments, and concerns. We'll definitely bring Adi in. I think what I'd like to do is, Abi, if you would start us off, introduce yourself, share with us a little bit about you, and then we'll come back to you to explain what it is you do as the international chair for Walking in Silence for the Silence Domestic Violence Solidarity Walk. Abi, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Loretta. I'm excited to be here today, and it's wonderful to have some people join us, and we hope that probably we'll have some also who also come on board. Yeah, my name is Abiodun Adeleke. I'm the International Chair of Working in Silence for the Silenced, an initiative of women of concern of professional strategic conscious networking. Well, I run an NGO in Nigeria called Golden University Spring Foundation, and gender and domestic violence is one of the things that we do. So when I came on board, the board of trustees of WCPSCN, the vision of WCPSCN is seeding initiatives and replicating ideas. Whatever agrees with what they do and what you do, we can repeat the same thing so that we won't have a conflict of interest. And for me, when I came on board, that works perfectly well for me, and also becoming the international chair, it also gives me an opportunity, to relate with people across the world, to talk about, fighting against gender and domestic violence, which is a major vice in our society. It respects no color, it respects no race, it respects no gender, and we have to fight, against it. And the platform as the international chair for Working in Silence, for me, provides the opportunity to be able to market the vision, sell the vision, bring many people on board, as much as possible. And to the glory of God, we are working in Nigeria because I'm in Nigeria, and definitely we have to do more in Nigeria, because there is, to whom much is given, much is also expected. And at the same time, we're also working with partners, across different parts of the world, to also have them organize the work in their country. And the dynamics of the work is, anybody can work individually, collectively, because we need to keep doing this, we need to keep talking about it, we need to keep bringing the picture to bear so that people, it will be in the consciousness of the people constantly and continuously that domestic and gender violence is what we need to fight. Because one of the things is silence, emboldens the perpetrators, it also makes, the crime to keep going on. But the moment you stand up to it, you speak out against it, even survivors and victims also will be able to find help and support so that they will know that they are not standing alone. So that is one of the reasons why we are doing this. And for me, this will be the second year, on board. We have the program in Nigeria last year. We'll also be having it in this year as well too. And we're also talking with people across the world, in Kenya, other parts of the world, India, to also come on board. So, and for those who are joining us who have not taken part in the work before, it's an amazing thing, and it happens on a yearly basis. So it's not as if a one-off thing. So it gives us the opportunity, to be better, do things better, bring more people on board, and they get more people engaged. So thank you, Loretta.
Thank you, Abi. Thank you so very much. I'm so excited having him on the board of trustees because he got it. Now, the organization WCPSCN, began December 2009 on LinkedIn. That's right. We were a group on LinkedIn. The following year, a group of my friends that came on board with me that became the founding board members said, we need to do more and we should do more. 2 years later, we had a conversation with our 100th member, a group member on LinkedIn, and she is a CEO, founder of her own organization. And we were talking about domestic violence, and she expressed to us how she, as a CEO, this prolific professional woman, had to go home to domestic violence and how it was difficult for her to address it. And she found out it is because she was such a powerful woman. Her husband found that very discerning for him, and his fragility was desecrated. And because he felt bad about who he was because of who she was, that's how she was engaged in domestic violence. That's when it opened up to me that, like Abby said, it has nothing to do with color, nationality, region, economics. All women at some point, and now all people at some point, have had to address domestic violence, either directly or indirectly. My direct violence come from the loss of my daughter, DaNeen Sarah-Latish Green, in 2003. Was killed by her boyfriend, shot in the chest, and she died a little over 20 minutes after. And that always stayed with me. And I asked God, okay, if you're going to take this child, God, please allow me to have a purpose for her life and other children. And He's given me a plethora of people that I can love, including Abby, and give wisdom and direction. And that's what the walk is about. Now, the great thing about the walk, does it take a lot to do? No, it doesn't take a lot. You can walk all by yourself. You can get a group of friends and walk together. You can get a community and walk together. The key is three things: time, 10 o'clock your time, because that's where the solidarity comes in at. Everyone in their time zone is walking at 10 o'clock. How powerful is that? Second, it is done in silence. Why? That is the first thing that is taken away from somebody that is involved in domestic violence: their voice. They can't speak about it. They're told possibly not to speak about it. It could cost them their lives. There are multiple ways that the voice get taken away. In my daughter's case, her life took her voice. I will never hear her voice again. And that's extremely painful. But that's my reality. And I thank God that I'm able to live through it and to do something with it. The third thing that is important is the colors. Now, why do we have teal and the purple? We know that the purple is the color for domestic violence, but the teal, because that's mental illness. That's the aspects of what address and has to be addressed within domestic violence. The aspects of the mental and emotional strain that occurs within domestic violence. That's all it takes. It is just that simple. I had a dear friend when I lived in California. She was 82 years old. And of course, she's seen many years of domestic violence and multiple framing. So what she did is she would walk to her post box in the front of her house and back. At 82, that's all she could do. But she felt empowered because she was doing something. She felt bad about the women that she knew, that she felt she could do nothing. But that was her part of doing something out of the nothing. The very first year we had the walk in 2013, there was a gentleman in Australia that related to the walk because he was raped 16 years prior and never told because he was a male. And you don't think about men being raped, but he was gang raped at a gas station and was afraid to talk about it. And this walk gave him the power to open his voice. So he established walks throughout Australia and in the UK. So the wonderful thing about that, did he have to stay with our walk? No, he saw where he could take it to another level. He did. I'm okay with that. Why? The message is still the same. It is a pandemic situation, and we have to do something. So we don't have to feel helpless and we don't have to feel hopeless, because there's hope in this power of silence to break the silence, to end the silence. The walk we had in Harlem, New York, we were doing the walk and we were finishing up and we were getting ready to leave. So this walk in Harlem, because it's so cold, what we do is afterwards we go to a cafe, have everybody gather, and we talk about, well, what's next steps. And so in there we have people that are involved, organizations. They come there with us and we talk, and we support how we're going to work with them throughout the year. This young lady with a baby carriage was coming down the street and asked us what we were doing. We told her about the walk. She goes, I'm in this situation now and I don't know how to get out. Well, we had literature, but also we always partner with the police department. They have a domestic violence unit. They were able to give her the information needed to help her through her circumstance. So you see, you never know the time or the hour that you can be an intricate person to help somebody through their circumstance. We also have something called support, my purple thumb support. We're asking salons, barbershops, health awareness, health and wellness centers, people like that for the week of the walk to paint their client's thumb purple. Is that not cool? Because salons, people that work in salons, they can't take the time out to come and walk. But chances are they will be more instrumental than hearing about situations and helping to resolve situations. And that's why we have the purple thumb support. So, what does that mean? That means you can actually have your salon support us in the walk. Paint the thumb purple that week. Is purple nail polish expensive? No, you can get it for, well, here in the States, $1, $2. But if you want to do that, we'll make sure you get the nail polish for your salon and have them paint the thumb purple. Now, what is it the advantage to the salon? We will place their names on our list of participants and our social media. Well, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, of course, we're on LinkedIn. So we're all on the major platforms that we can give them visibility. The wonderful thing about WOCPSEN, we have some pretty strong followers. And because we have strong followers, they will pass it on. Like the day of the event, we want you to take photos, post them to your social media. You have our hashtags, they're listed on our website. We'll be more than happy to pass the hashtags on to you. But more important, those photos we will post on our lookbook. So this way the photos will be there and people can see what we're doing. You never know what that picture might do. Your community is walking, and somebody in your community that might have been afraid to walk but needs support sees you on the photo in the lookbook and go, wow, I can go to them for help. So we want to make sure that we are the connector. We are doing the networking side of work to make sure that people can connect, get the services that they need to help remove them. We know that in some cases we have cultural constructs that has to be overcome. Well, what's the best way to overcome social constructs where there might be stigmatism with domestic violence or somebody that is engaged in that? Visibility, giving dialogue towards it. So in the walk, if you wanted to do something else after the walk, you can collectively do that. Example, in Cincinnati, Ohio, this is their 10th year with the walk. And so what they do is their walk is focused on youth violence. So their walk starts at the community center. They do the walk, come back to the community center, and they have an event all day long just for youth. The sororities, the deltas, we have the Oakland, there's a deltas in Oakland and the deltas in Brooklyn. They have walks. Now, what they're doing, what the Delta Zetas are doing is connecting the walk to their national domestic violence platform. So that's a whole nother thing. We had walks at universities, UCLA. Because of the walk we had, the first year we had the walk in 2013, they participated with us. They created something called Solidarity 5000. Their goal is to have 5,000 students connect and to sign a pledge against domestic violence. Pretty cool, huh? Bunch of old ladies getting together, and we were able to do this. So I'm sharing with you the age because it has no precedent on what you can do. I love telling people I am 70 years old and I'm in my second ring. I'm getting ready to hit it hard. The first 70 years was my learning process. I got another 70 years where I'm going to hit it. And so that's where I'm at with that. So, how can you engage in a walk, you might ask? Well, this is the first opportunity right here because you're asking how I can. If you're on the Africa, in the continent of Africa, or on all that side of the continent, we do have our international chair. And Abby will be more than happy to help support you engage in that program. He'll help you formulate it and get you started. Now, the hard thing is the first one. But after you have the first one, you got your template. You know what you're going to do every year. You know it's going to be the first Saturday in November, and you know it's going to be 10 o'clock your time. You know you're going to walk in silence. Well, how long should my walk be? Up to you. It could be down the street and back. You can formulate a program where there's a full walk around your community. It could be a walk where you're gathering multiple people as you walk. It is totally up to you. You have the all that autonomy because you know what domestic violence situations are specific to your community. And that's how you address it based on your community. That is the whole thing. Now, can I get sponsors? Yes, we do have a platform for sponsors, but that's something we've not pushed. We would love to see that where if you get a sponsor for your community, that sponsorship goes to your community. That would be the support of your t-shirts, flyers, banners, things of that nature. That would go to you. Now, the unfortunate side, we are a nonprofit organization here in the States. So we don't have funding for global presence. Everyone who creates their walk, they build out their financial platform. Going back to sharing with you Cincinnati. Cincinnati has several businesses that supports them. And that's how they do their walk. And that's how they can get special guests to come in and talk to them and things of that nature. One of us a radio station. That's how they get additional media. So there's all these organizations that you can partner with that you may not have considered to consider. Where's the best place to look for sponsors and supporters? Well, if you're on LinkedIn, that's what we do. We hit LinkedIn. That's our DNA, LinkedIn. So we stay with LinkedIn. But I also go to my social media and my community. I'm developing a walk right here in Philadelphia now in the Fishtown. And so there's a center called the Lutheran Settlement House. And they actually have a section for domestic violence, housing for domestic violence. Well, we're partnering with them. And we're not doing a lot. We're just going to start the walk in front of their building and end the walk in their business building. Why? The consciousness of what they do, why they do it, attached to what we're doing. There you go. And because we're going throughout the community and they're putting up flyers and signs for us, why is that an advantage to the businesses? Because they know we're going to stop in and have coffee. 10 o'clock in the morning in November here in northeastern United States, it's cold. We definitely want to stop in and have some coffee. We definitely want to stop in and chat. I live right around the corner from the police department. I'm inviting them, come and talk with us. What do we need to do to help people? What type of information can we give them? Are there brochures? What centers are around that we can send them to? So you can go as light as that, or you can engage even more heavily. It depends on you. How deep do you want this to go, and how committed are you? That's the walk. Abby, if you come back in and share with us, because you've done such a fantastic job in Nigeria, I would love for you to share how you started that. How did you get that started?
Yeah, great. Amazing. Well, one of the things that we did was to set up a kind of a national team. I already have some women working with me, in the advocacy initially. So I shared the vision with them and I told them what it's all about. There is this funny aspect, when it comes to international program, the idea in this part of the world, is that, oh, you've been given some money, to run the program, blah, 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 blah. And I told them, I said, look, this is a service to humanity. It is called non-profit. So, and these are people that have been with me for a while. I told them, we've not gotten any money, but we are going to be involved so that everybody will be on the same page. So that if you are going to work with us, you will know why you are doing what you are doing. And actually, the lady that printed the t-shirt for us, was a member of my team. And actually, she's the one, more like working closely with me. When she printed it at the end of the day, she gave a discount that, from our own profit, that is my own contribution, to the work, because, we came playing, they knew what is on board, and they supported, though some couldn't buy the t-shirt, but they still worked, They put on what they had, they printed their own cardboard. And we had it in like 4 to 5 different locations, even up to Kaduna State, another state in Nigeria. So I think the first thing is simplicity, openness, so that those who sign on, came on from the bottom of their heart that, no, I'm signing on to this, from my heart. I'm not expecting to gain anything from it. It's a service to humanity. And they are such an amazing people, and, we had a walk. And because the idea that we don't need a group, we don't need the crowd per se, but anybody can walk. Where we have the crowd, that is fantastic. Where we don't have the crowd, you just go ahead and walk. It's in the walk, because we need to keep bringing it to the consciousness of people that some people have been silenced by domestic violence. So we are walking, in their honor. And to an extent, they came on, they signed on. This year, we're also mobilizing as well. We're also planning. I think the first thing is, somebody said, before anybody buy into a vision, they're going to buy into you first. So it doesn't matter if they don't buy into you, they can't buy into the vision. So one of the things that we try to do is to, sell yourself, let people know who you are, what you stand for, your quality, so that it will be easy for them, to come on board. I think that is one of the things that has really worked for us here in Nigeria.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Abby. And that's really important. You said people must buy into the vision. And so when people say, well, what is WOCPSCN all about? Well, our title kind of tells you that, but also what is that identifies us is our mission and our vision. But particularly what makes one understand who we are is our core values. Our core values are gender equity and equality. We do support the UN SDGs 17. And while number 5 is gender equity and equality, we believe that it should be number 1, because without women having equal access, the other 16 will not be able to transpire. And the wonderful thing about our organization is we're half men, half women on the board of trustees. And the men of our board of trustees believe that as well. And the reason why I'm stressing this, because Abi hit the nail on the head. If you don't believe in what you are doing, it's not going to get done. We firmly believe in what we're doing because we see where results has taken place. Now, are they major? No. And if you go to our website, we're few in number, but we're able to do a lot. How? We are committed to the cause, the core value. That core value, gender equity and equality. Cannot stress that enough. And that's one of the reasons why we look at walking in silence for the Silence Domestic Violence Solidarity Walk. Now, the other thing that we have, and you can go to the website, you'll see where we have a few other things that are attached to our organization in reference to project design. One of the things that came out of the walk is when we realized that there has to be additional conversation, and it has to be big, and it has to be bold. And so that's when the Lena Baker Domestic Violence and Women's Health Summit came forward. Lena Baker, if you don't know, she was the very first woman in the United States to be electrocuted. And that took place in the 1940s in Georgia. And she was electrocuted, she was killed because of domestic violence. Her boss was treating her very bad, including rape, and she him. And within an hour, an all-white male juror found her guilty. And so we named one of her because that intersectionality of race, gender, economics, region, time, all evolved into that one woman's unfortunate life took her life. And so that's why we named it that. That came out of the walk. Like I said, what else came out of the walk? The gentleman in Australia. He was so engaged with the walk that he started an organization for men that dealt with domestic violence. What else has come out of the walk? Solidarity 5000, University of California California, Los Angeles, UCLA. That is a difference of the walk. So I'm sharing that with you because you never know what God has in store for you. You might start off with us. You might be very concerned about, yeah, I'm doing this. And there might be something else more miraculous than you really thought could happen. And so those are opportunities that this is an opportunity. This is a really big opportunity for you. So I'm not going to say anymore. Ask questions. Open up your mic and ask questions. Any questions? I'm good with it. I am an open book. I'll be going to tell you. Sometimes I'll be talking stuff like, I bet, what is she saying? Any questions, comments, or concerns? All right.
You can
Bobby, you take the
you
floor.
can
You end
unmute.
us out.
Yeah, okay. I think Elizabeth wants to ask the question.
Okay, Elizabeth.
Yes, I just want to ask question to get more clarification to be sure I got the information correctly. The work is supposed to take place on the first Saturday in November, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
At 10 o'clock your time, Elizabeth.
Okay, 10 a.m. And the core value here is gender equity and equality, right?
If that's what you want your walk to platform, then that would be the platform. When I walk a memorial walk. I walk for people that have lost their lives because that directly affected me. When
Okay.
UCLA walks, they walk for domestic violence on campuses because you have all these young people on universities that are having to deal with domestic violence. Cincinnati addresses youth and domestic violence. So it all depends what your community wants to address. So that's where the solidarity comes in at, because we're all walking at the same time. After the walk, if you decide there's something else you want to do or to attach to, you can. That's where discourse comes in. That's where conversations, connections come. So it's up to
All
you.
right. It's okay, ma'am. Thank you very much for the
Welcome.
clarification. Thank you.
Yes, and I may also want to add, last year, we had a walk, in silence to raise awareness, but this year, one of the things that we want to do differently, and I think we got this idea from one of our team that actually walked, they walked around a major market area. And when they got to the market, they started talking to the market women, asking them, their understanding, experience, about domestic violence. And it's so amazing, that, most of these women having this kind of a challenge, but, they just kept silent, nobody to talk to, just looking at, is the normal thing, who wants to listen to you, nobody there is there to help. And by the time the team started, telling them that, you can actually get help, because like here now, in Nigeria, domestic violence, is now a crime. And even in Lagos, there is a law that, when you molest a woman, when you abuse a woman domestically, the law is there to prosecute you. And most of these women are illiterates. So, speaking to them, talking to them, enlightening them, about, the help that they can actually get, the support that they can actually get, is one thing that has added a kind of flavor, to the work. And this year, we will still be working in silence, and, as you said, after the work, what else do you want to do? So what we also want to do is also talk to women, talk to men, about the challenges, about the issues of domestic violence, and the fact that they can also get help.
Excellent. Wow, that's fantastic, Abby. I'm glad to hear that. That's really exciting. I am so happy that you are going to be doing that. And that's really critical that we reach as many people as we can. For them, but we can at least be a voice for them. We can hear them. We can share the knowledge that we have for them. So that's really important. I'm excited about the work that you're doing there. Absolutely. And that it can be replicated. So that's really important, the replication as well. Any more questions, comments, concerns? Okay, well,
Please,
I
if you have
want to
any,
go ahead, Abby.
if you have any issue, if you have any questions, so please just go ahead. That is the founder, she's addressing also that. And I believe, you can ask your question, easily resolved. At least now we have an open platform, we have an open mic. So just speak and use the mic and let's hear you.
Absolutely.
The aspect I need to come in here is publicity, how to mobilize people. But at this point, I think if I have more questions, I'll rather post it on the platform to have a clear guide on how to go about it. It's a good one, and it's something I would like to do. So the first thing that comes to my mind is how to mobilize people, talking to them, publicity and all. But let me just start from somewhere. If I need more guidance, I'll definitely chat you up.
Absolutely. And remember, Abby is the international chair for Walking in Silence. He's there in Nigeria. So he's there to help support you in that capacity building. I'm here in the States. So we're talking about what, 5 or 6 hours difference? But Abby knows I'm up all night long anyway. So
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, we actually set up a WhatsApp group, for the people in Nigeria who will be doing the work. And, it also gives us an opportunity to interact, to talk more and also share ideas. So that is one of the things that we're also doing here.
wonderful. Absolutely. So we have Hannah, we have Topista, we have Ime, and Betty. I need to hear
Yeah,
from you,
Betty
even if you
is
just say hi.
online. Yeah, Betty is the one that I said that when they had a walk last year, they had to talk to the market
Oh,
women.
she was, oh, wonderful. Say
Yeah,
so. Betty, I'm so excited. Talk to me. Tell me about that experience. Betty, I need to hear from you. What was your experience last year talking to the ladies?
Hey,
How are you?
I'm very well. Good day, everyone. Sorry I'm late. I'm even out, so I just had to join. So you have to pardon me if you hear noise. I'm on the way.
Absolutely. So Abby was
Hi,
sharing that last year you did a fantastic job of speaking to the ladies after the walk. Share with us what motivated you to do that and how did you start that process?
okay, so on day we decided to go to the marketplace because we know that we're going to meet a lot of women out there. And in this part of our world, a lot of women are actually suffering in silence. Let me put it that way. Where our society has declared us that a lot of things just have to be endured and taken because you have to sit and protect your children. So we were out there educating them that in as much as they do not want to leave their homes, they can actually seek help so that these men who perpetrate violence or try to cause that are not right actually be talked to, can seek healing, can be counseled so that they can live a better life and also thrive in whatever they are doing mentally, emotionally, and as well physically as well. You understand? So it was really an amazing thing. We got people who took our contact, who actually wanted to share their stories and, different angles like that.
That's exciting. I'm excited for you, and that can open up a whole door. I can see where that can go far. I'm really excited for you and your bravery. A lot of people won't do that, but that's excellent on your part. I'm very excited for you. I'm excited that Abby was able to, share this experience, and it's purpose because it's extremely purposeful. and we're really excited for you. So we're looking forward to seeing great work this year and years to come. Thank you so very much for your time. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I
Thank
take that
you.
to
So,
heart. I really appreciate that.
so
It was really,
Loretta, let me
I'm
also
glad
just
to
say
be
this.
part of this.
You know,
I'm actually glad to be part of this. And for this year, are we together? Can you hear me?
yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Yeah.
All right. So for this year, we're gearing up already. I've created a platform on WhatsApp where we're adding people who actually want to lend their support, and we're educating them on some of the things we'll be educating women on. We're actually looking for a space where we can create and put together with speakers to talk, or to bring people who are professionals in certain fields that help them the parts of being in their home, and things that are not clear to them can actually be taught to them so that they can get better. That's the plan, and we hope we accomplish it this year.
So Loretta, let me just say this. Betty is one of the women, that are in my leadership team here in Nigeria, and I must confess they are doing fantastically well. We share ideas, we rub minds, and we work together. She had to work in a separate area. I had to work in another area. So we are having to work, in different areas, but we still find ways to coordinate. Yeah, but we still find ways to coordinate, and interact, share visions, also gather report. She's doing amazingly well. I have a gift of, women that surrounds me, we share the vision and are giving their support. So I really want to say thank you to Betty. And there is another one, though she's not here, but she's also so amazing. That is the one that prepared a T-shirt for us. And these are people,
Yeah.
who have sacrificed their time, who believe in the vision and running with the passion. So I want to say thank you to them. So Loretta, help me appreciate Betty and all others on the team in Nigeria.
okay. Okay, wonderful. I'm really excited about the work that you're doing there. And I'm hoping that this will motivate others to move forward as well. And it's really interesting. Some of the teams here in the US, and I tell them, I said, yeah, but let me tell you what Nigeria is doing. Oh, really? Go, yeah, don't get upset. Don't get jealous. Don't get jealous. So, but I tell you what you're doing, you're motivating other people here in the States to step it up a
Yeah,
little bit.
that's great. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Exactly. So we're really excited. And then the other wonderful thing is, with a board of trustees chair there in Spain, we definitely want to connect because he wants to start opening up Europe to us more. So that would be over on your platform side too, Abby. So we'll definitely be chatting with Karan as we move forward too.
Okay.
So we're really
Okay.
excited about that. Yeah. So yeah. Any more questions or anything? Okay. Well, Abby, how can they reach out to you? Because you're the primary on this.
Yeah, actually, personally, I know everyone on the call this evening, and
Okay.
Topista is coming in from Kenya. We just met on another platform that I'm
Oh,
running a kind
wonderful.
of a fellowship program. So Anna is personally known to me. I think Emmy. I'm not sure if she is the one from Port Harcourt. I don't know if she can unmute. And because I actually posted the message on different
Yes, I'm
platforms.
the one from Port Harcourt.
Oh, great, amazing, wonderful. That's fine. Oh, thank you. So
Yeah.
yeah, thank you for joining. So definitely she's also on the platform. So we have all these people on the platform that we have created in Nigeria. So we are definitely in touch.
Absolutely. So the wonderful thing too, this is being recorded. It'll be ready. Abby will have it. We can always send it to you. Anyone that is interested in getting the whole aspect of the walk, how it was established. I think that's really important to know that we have women that were dealing with the same situation here in the States as every place else is. We're struggling too. we just make it look like we're not, but we are. We're feeling the emotional side of it too. The only sad part about being in the States, a lot of people think that we don't go through certain things, but we do. We really do. And so that's a battle. It's a global battle that we have to address. And domestic violence is a pandemic. The UN has identified it as a pandemic, and we know it's a crisis that we have to overcome. And we know that people like with Abby on our side and the board of trustees and all of you for your support, we're going to see things change. We're going to see things shift. Our tag is making decisions, changing decisions. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to make decisions. We're going to change things. And so we're excited about that. Abby, close us out. What's the last words from you?
The last word is we are getting ready. We're excited. We are looking forward, at least to this year, working in silence for the silenced. And I'm believing and trusting God that we're going to have a wonderful result, amazing outing, more than the one we had last year.
Okay, so the next thing too is, because you know me, I think boldly. I got to pick a year when I can come and walk with you. That's what I want. Let's say in year after next, I'm coming to Nigeria and walk with Nigeria. That's what I want to do.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
That.
All right, so look for me in 2026.
So Topista is saying something.
When is that?
Good, amazing.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing, Loretta.
Really?
2026, I'm coming. I may not be able to do it next year, but the year after, I can work on it, and I know I can be there.
Wow, by His grace, we're looking forward towards that. That would be amazing.
Listen, I'm gonna tell Ronnie. Ronnie's gonna figure out. That's my ride or die. So she's gonna want to come too.
Yeah. Topista, is they want to say something?
Okay.
Topista.
Oh, hi. I joined late, but it's good to listen to you and to get to know each and every person that we are working together. And I'm really excited. And I also feel comfortable to belong here. I'm meeting people from different part of the country or from the world to meet here and to at least to discuss and move forward on GBV. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, dear. And thank you for your time and your efforts. You're right. This is what I love about this. If nothing else, I get to meet people from all over the world. I get to talk to them. I get to hear their stories. And the commonality is we are all concerned and we want to do something. We don't want to just sit. We want to do something. And that's what I love about the walk. It gives you a platform to start the work. Because you know why? It's a neutral place to begin. It doesn't offend anyone. It doesn't push anyone to where they don't want to be. We're just saying we're supporting you. We didn't call you out. We didn't say that you're in the situation or you're doing the situation. We're saying we're here for you. Then we can work from there. And that's the key. Make people feel comfortable enough that they can come to us and say, how can I help? How can I support? What's the next step?
Sure.
Exactly.
So, Abby, we're going to give you the last 3 minutes. Anything you want to close us out with, Abby?
Yeah, sorry, I lost my network. You said what?
We're getting ready to close out. You close us out. What's the last words you'd like to tell us?
Yeah, the last one I want to say is, all hands are on deck. That we are there to support, to motivate, to give guidance and to work together. And please, if you also have anyone that you feel should join the work, the platform is available. Just give us the link or the name. We'll have the person to the platform. And as usual, we are believing and trusting God that this year the work in Nigeria will be fantastic.
Absolutely. And remember, we have walks in Trinidad and Tobago, Belize,
Yep.
Australia, UK, Edinburgh, what's that, in Scotland, Guyana in South America, Canada, so, and of course throughout the United States. So you are connected globally. Globally.
You're
And
not
that's
working alone.
exciting too. That's right. That's right. And the fun part, so Abby, we need to put everybody on the page, the WIS page, so then we can start talking globally. So I'll start
Amazing.
sending, yeah, let's do that.
Great. Fine. Great. We'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Find out what they're
Great.
doing in Trinidad and Tobago, or what they're doing in Belize, or what they're doing in California.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, dears. Well, thank you, darling, so very much. I appreciate and love you all so very much. I am here and available for you. Connect with me on LinkedIn. By all means, Abby knows I live on LinkedIn. You know, the other social media platforms are there, but I live on LinkedIn. So please reach out. I'll be more than happy to. Any comments, questions, concerns, anything like that. Abby is fantastic with the creating the platforms for presentation on social media. I can do that. We can always do, if you just want to come on and talk about it on LinkedIn, we can do a LinkedIn Live discussion. You guys want to play in that? Cool. Abby knows we'll set that up with no problem. That would be fun, right? And then all of you will be guests on there. Ah.
Oh, that would be amazing.
And listen, Abby will tell you, I think big. I think that's a great idea. We need to look at that for maybe next month. Set it up where your whole team is talking about the walk that they're developing in their states and areas.
Great. Great.
And we have it live on LinkedIn.
Perfect.
Yes.
Pick the date. You know I'm ready.
I'll get back to you.
Okay, dear. Thank you, darlings. Have a wonderful evening and be blessed.
You too.
Yeah,
Thank you, Dr.
Bless you too. Bye.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.